What if the thoughts another person has about you aren't their own? What if they are simply an echo, a reflection, of a state you have secretly assumed within? You've been trying to make noise, to act, to reach out, but you've been fighting on the wrong battlefield. The true operant power, the one that commands another's mind, is your own inner silence. It is not a trick. It is a law of consciousness. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you won't be chasing their thoughts anymore. You will become the silent, undeniable source of them. You've been taught that to be heard, you must speak. To be seen, you must act. But what if the greatest power, the most profound influence you could ever wield, is found not in action, but in absolute inner stillness? This isn't just about quieting your thoughts for a moment of peace. Oh no, this is far deeper. We are talking about a state of consciousness, a potent, creative void from which all things are born. Mental silence is not an absence. It is a presence. It's the womb of creation, the silent, fertile ground where the seed of your desire is, planted and nourished without interference. It is the understanding that your inner world is the only operant power, and in the quiet of your own being, you are standing at the control center of reality itself. This silence is a deliberate choice to turn away from the chaotic evidence of the senses and to listen instead to the undeniable truth of your own I am. It's where the real work is done. But that's only the surface. This silence is a bridge, a direct, unshakable link between your consciousness and the consciousness of another. Imagine a pathway of pure awareness connecting you to them, a pathway that has always existed but has been cluttered with the debris of your fears, your doubts, and your desperate need for validation. Every time you worry, every time you check their status, you are throwing static onto this clear channel. Mental silence clears the path. It is the act of stepping back and allowing this natural connection to become visible, to become palpable. It is not about sending a thought. It is about being in a state where the thought of you is a natural, inevitable occurrence in their mind. You are not pushing energy towards them. You are becoming the very center of a reality in which their attention already belongs to you. This is the secret. The connection is not built. It is simply revealed. This revelation is often obscured by the noise of your own mind. The anxiety, the doubt, the frantic planning. These are not just feelings. They are broadcasts. They are powerful assumptions transmitting a signal of lack, of incompletion. You feel the need to reach out because you have assumed the state of being separate, of being forgotten. This feeling, this inner conviction of absence, is the very prayer that creates the reality you fear. Your consciousness doesn't judge. It simply materializes your deepest assumptions. So when you operate from a state of need, you are commanding the world and everyone in it to reflect that need back to you. The silence, then, is a radical act of rebellion against this state of lack. It is a declaration that you refuse to participate in the illusion of separation any longer. You are choosing to occupy a new state of awareness. Here's what changes everything. This state of calm is not passive. It is profoundly active. It is the focused power that allows you to walk across that bridge of consciousness with unwavering certainty. It's in this stillness that you can truly feel what it would be like to already be thought of, to already be cherished. This is the selection of a new reality. You are not hoping or wishing. You are moving your awareness into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. This inner calm is your throne. From this internal seat of power, you can observe the world of Caesar, the world of facts and evidence, without being moved by it. Because you know a greater truth. You know that what you are assuming and feeling in the sacred temple of your imagination is the true creative act. The calm is your focus, your instrument, your unwavering claim to a new reality. And from this state, a magnetic presence is born without you ever uttering a single word. It's an effortless radiation. People don't think of you because you performed a technique. They think of you because you have become, in your own consciousness, the one who is thought of. You have occupied that state so fully, so naturally, that the world rearranges itself around your assumption. Your inner peace becomes your greatest tool of attraction. This is not about manipulation. This is about alignment. You are aligning with a version of reality where what you desire is already a natural fact. The silence is the discipline that allows you to remain faithful to this unseen reality until it hardens into fact. It is the quiet confidence of knowing that because you have claimed it within, the outer world has no choice but to follow. You already are that person. Now, let's look at the other side of this coin. Let's talk about the noise. That constant hum of anxiety in your mind, the relentless checking, the replaying of conversations. That is not just thinking. It's a confession. A powerful, continuous prayer affirming that you are separate, that you are lacking, that you are not in their thoughts. Every anxious thought stems from a deep underlying assumption of need. I need to contact them. I need to know what they're thinking. I need a sign. But need is the language of scarcity. Your consciousness, the divine I am within you, is not a beggar. It is a king. When you operate from need, you are abandoning your throne and praying to the God of absence. And that God always answers its own call, bringing you more evidence of what you are assuming. More silence, more distance, more of the very emptiness you fear. Your feeling is the key, and the feeling of need is a key that only unlocks an empty room. And this energy, this feeling state of scarcity, is transmitted. Oh, believe me, it is transmitted. It travels faster than any word, any action. It is a vibration, a subtle pressure that the other person feels in their own consciousness, even if they can't name it. You might send the most perfectly crafted message, but if the assumption behind it is fear, fear of being forgotten, fear of not being enough, that is the true message they receive. It creates a subtle resistance, a strange and inexplicable distance. They aren't rejecting you. They are responding to the dissonant frequency you are broadcasting. The universe doesn't hear your words. It feels your state. And a state of desperation, no matter how beautifully it is disguised, can only create a reality where desperation is justified. Your mental noise is an invisible wall you are building between yourself and your desire. Now go deeper. Think of your daily rituals, constantly checking their online status, rereading old conversations, imagining negative scenarios. These are not harmless habits. These are acts of faith. They are sacred rituals you perform at the altar of an unwanted reality. Each time you check to see if they are online, you are not seeking connection. You are seeking evidence of your assumption of separation, and your world faithfully provides it. Every time you reread an old message, you're trying to squeeze life from a memory instead of creating a new reality in your imagination. And when you imagine them moving on, forgetting you, you're using the most powerful creative tool in the universe, your own wonderful imagination, to build the very hell you are afraid of. You are rehearsing a state of loss until it feels so natural, so real, that it has no choice but to manifest. This creates a vicious, self-perpetuating cycle. The fear of being forgotten fuels the compulsive need to check for signs of life. The absence of a sign confirms the fear. The confirmed fear intensifies the feeling of lack, and the cycle repeats, digging you deeper and deeper into the state of the one who is left behind. You are not a victim of their silence. You are a prisoner of your own undisciplined attention. The noise in your head is not a reaction to your reality. It is the cause of your reality. You are feeding the very beast that devours your peace. You are the operant power in your universe, and you are using that power unconsciously to keep your desire at arm's length. The world is only ever showing you the truth of your own assumptions. But here is where you reclaim your power. The recognition of this cycle is not a cause for despair. It is your liberation. It is the moment you realize that if your own inner activity has created this prison, then your own inner activity can dissolve it. The counterproductiveness of mental noise is not a punishment. It is a divine signpost. It is your soul's guidance system screaming, "Wrong way." The power is not out there in them. It was never out there. The constant urge to act, to check, to worry is a sacred invitation to turn around, to go within, and to finally discover the silence where your true power resides. It's an invitation to stop begging for scraps from the 3D world and to start feasting at the banquet of your own imagination. It's a call to come home to the I am. So how do you command this silence? How do you turn from the chaotic noise of lack to the potent stillness of creation? It begins not with a wish, but with a decision. Right now, in a moment of calm, you cease all begging and hoping. You stand in the center of your own being, as the operant power, and you make a declaration. Internally, with firmness and finality, you state, I decide to be thought of by him. I decide to occupy a special place in his mind. Feel the shift. This is not a request you are sending out to the universe. This is a law you are proclaiming within your own kingdom. It is a sovereign decree. You are not asking for permission. You are selecting a reality. This decision is the first crucial act of claiming your power. You are no longer waiting for the world to give you what you want. You are commanding your inner world to project it. This is your birthright. Now, a decision made by the I Am must be clothed in sensory form. It needs an anchor in your imagination to make it real. So you will create a short, simple scene, no more than 3 or 4 seconds long. A scene which implies that your decision is already a fact. This is your victory scene, and you must experience it in the first person. You are not watching a film, you are living it. Perhaps you feel the distinct sensation of his hand holding yours, a feeling of comfort and rightness. Or maybe you see his name on your phone, with a specific message that fills you with a quiet, serene joy. Or, even more powerfully, you hear a close friend saying to you, he just can't stop talking about you. Choose one. Make it vivid, sensory, and saturated with the feeling of fulfillment, a sweet relief, a calm victory. This tiny scene is a living seed. It is the condensed form of your fulfilled desire, and you take this precious living seed and you carry it to the most fertile ground there is, the gateway of sleep. As you lie in bed at night, in that drowsy, hypnotic state where the conscious mind relaxes its guard, you replay your victory scene over and over. Not with effort, not with strain, but like a gentle lullaby. You are not trying to make it happen. You are simply remembering. You are feeling what it would feel like if it were true right now. You loop the scene, allowing the feeling of serene joy, of relief of it being done, to wash over you. Your aim is to saturate your consciousness with this feeling until it becomes your dominant sensation, your natural assumption, and then to fall asleep bathed in that feeling. You are impregnating your subconscious mind, the womb of creation, with the reality of your choice. Once the seed is planted in the fertile darkness of your subconscious, your work in the light begins, and that work is silence, a conscious, deliberate silence. During the day, your task is to protect the seed. This is the art of letting go. It means you release the temptation to act out of need. You don't check, you don't ask, you don't look for external signs of confirmation. Why would you? You already are the person who is being thought of. Looking for proof is an act of disbelief. It is digging up the seed to see if it's growing, which only ever kills it. Your daytime task is to remain faithful to the reality you impressed upon yourself the night before. This silence is not empty. It is filled with a quiet, confident expectation. It is the knowing that what is done within must express itself without. And when the anxious thoughts arise, and they will, for they are the ghosts of your old state, you do not fight them. You do not argue. You simply acknowledge them with an internal smile, a smile of knowing. You greet the doubt with a calm, inner affirmation. It is done. Or, the package is on its way. You see the doubt for what it is, an echo, a shadow with no substance. You observe it without feeding it your energy, without giving it your attention. You are not trying to suppress all your thoughts. You are simply choosing which thoughts to entertain. You are choosing not to give your power to the illusion of lack. This conscious silence, this gentle refusal to engage with doubt, is what protects your inner garden and allows the seed of your desire to sprout, unseen at first, but inevitably, into the world of form. As you walk this path of sacred silence, you will encounter challenges. They are not obstacles to your success. They are opportunities to deepen your faith in the unseen. The first and most seductive is the tyranny of the question, when? The moment this thought arises, recognize it. For the serpent it is. The question, when will it happen, is a powerful declaration that it has not happened yet. It instantly yanks you from the state of the wish fulfilled and plunges you back into the state of waiting, of lack. It cancels your prayer. The antidote to this poison is a state of mind Neville called divine indifference. It is not apathy. It is a profound, unshakable trust. It is the calm of the gardener who has planted a seed and does not dig it up every hour to check for growth. He knows the process is underway. When the question when whispers in your mind, you acknowledge it, smile at its impatience, and consciously shift your attention back to the peace of this present moment, trusting that which you have assumed is already a fact in the deeper reality. Next, you will be confronted by the false evidence of your senses. The 3D world, which is nothing more than a lagging shadow of past thoughts and beliefs, will present you with its old story. You may see no messages. You may hear no news. This is the great test. Will you believe in the dead shadow of the past, or will you remain faithful to the living reality within your imagination? The solution is to go on a strict mental diet. You consciously refuse to feed your mind with thoughts, conversations, or images that contradict your desire. When a friend asks, "Have you heard from him?" you do not engage in a sorrowful story of his absence. You change the subject or give a neutral answer, all while remaining loyal, internally, to your fulfilled state. You are guarding the gates of your mind, for your mind is the temple where your new reality is being formed. When the world of Caesar screams its loud and convincing lies, you do not argue with the shadow. You do not fight it. You simply look upon the evidence of absence and, with the quiet authority of the creator you are, you internally affirm, "That belongs to the old world. I am living in the end now." This is not denial. It is a declaration of your true location. In consciousness, you are choosing which reality is real. After this quiet affirmation, you may, for just a fleeting second, revisit the feeling of your victory scene. Not with force, but as a gentle reminder of where you now live. It's a recalibration. You are tuning out the static of the old world and tuning back into the clear, beautiful signal of your fulfilled desire. Every time you do this, you are withdrawing your creative energy from the old reality and investing it more deeply in the new. But here is a crucial secret. If this practice starts to feel like a chore, if it feels heavy with effort and strain, you must stop. The feeling of effort is the greatest red flag. It is a sign that you have slipped back into the energy of lack, the assumption that you are separate from your desire. You are trying to get something you do not have. The state of the wish fulfilled is never effortful. It is natural. It is relaxed. It is a state of being, not a state of doing. The power that creates worlds does not struggle. It simply assumes and allows. If you feel you are pushing, striving, and working hard at your imaginal acts, you are affirming the very struggle you seek to escape. The desired state is one of quiet, effortless knowing. It should feel as natural as breathing. So, when the effort arises, you will play a little game with your own mind, a powerful game called future memory. Instead of trying to manifest your desire in the future, you will treat it as a memory from the past. You will shift your perspective to a point in the future where your desire is an old, settled fact, and you will look back on today. From that vantage point, you might think to yourself, "I remember when I was using my imagination to feel him thinking of me. It's funny to think about that now that everything is so perfect." Do you feel the shift? The pressure evaporates. The anxiety dissolves. A memory holds no uncertainty. By treating your fulfilled desire as a memory, you trick your rational mind into letting go of resistance and allow the feeling of it being done to feel completely, utterly, and effortlessly natural. This is the key to dissolving the feeling of effort and truly living in the end. And so you arrive at the heart of the mystery, at the great reversal of power. This journey was never truly about them. It was about you. It was about transforming you from a person who reacts to the shadows on the wall into the silent, conscious cause of those shadows. You are no longer a ship tossed on the waves of circumstance, hoping for a favorable wind. You are the wind and the sea. You have moved from effect to cause. You are no longer looking into the mirror of your world, waiting for it to change so you can feel good. You have learned to embody the feeling first, knowing with absolute certainty that the mirror has no choice but to reflect the state you have assumed. This is the ultimate freedom. It is the realization that the entire world is your own consciousness pushed out, and you, as the I Am, are its sole operant power. Do you feel it now? Your calm is your power. Your inner peace is your greatest and most potent tool of attraction. In a world that is addicted to noise, chaos, and reaction, your stillness is a magnetic force. It is the eye of the storm. This serene energy is not weakness. It is an indestructible foundation. It broadcasts a silent, powerful message to the universe. I am whole. I am complete. I lack nothing. And the universe, which only ever mirrors your own state of being, must respond to this truth. People are not drawn to desperation. They are drawn to fullness. Your inner peace is the announcement of your wholeness, and it is this feeling, this state, that makes you utterly and effortlessly magnetic. You must understand this fundamental law. Feeling complete and satisfied in this present moment is not a means to an end. It is the end. The feeling of wholeness does not attract wholeness. It is wholeness, which the world then must reflect. The moment you embody the feeling of being cherished, of being complete, you have reordered the very atoms of your reality to conform to that state. You are not pulling something towards you from a distance. You are collapsing the distance by occupying the state where what you desire already is. A magnet does not try to attract things, it simply is magnetic, and its field naturally organizes the world around it. By feeling satisfied and at peace now, you become that magnet. The thoughts of that person and all other good things are simply the metal filings aligning with the powerful silent field of your own assumption. And by choosing this path, you are doing something far more profound than simply changing your future. You are healing your present. By choosing calm over chaos and confidence over doubt, you are liberating yourself right now from the self-imposed prison of anxiety, waiting, and wondering. The peace you cultivate is its own reward. The feeling of self-possession is the real prize. The manifestation, the text message, the phone call, that is simply the bonus, the lovely echo in the world of Caesar, of a victory that was already won within you. You find your freedom the moment you decide to live in the feeling of the wish, fulfilled, not when the external world finally catches up. This is salvation, here and now. You are no longer waiting to be happy. You are choosing to be happy. And so, you emerge, not as someone who learned a new technique, but as the woman you have in truth always been. A woman who does not chase, but attracts. A woman whose power lies not in her words or her actions, but in her serene energy. You have become magnetic because you have finally claimed the fullness of your own being. You attract good things, including the constant and loving thoughts of that special person, not by effort, but as a natural reflection of your own inner grace. You command your world not through force, but with the silent, undeniable power of your own beautiful consciousness. You are no longer hoping to be thought of. You are, quite simply, the one who is unforgettable, because you have remembered who you truly are. You are no longer reacting to your world. You are its silent author. The search is over. The power was never out there. It is the stillness within you, the I am of your own consciousness. So I ask you, what state will you silently assume right now? Let me know in the comments below what you felt shift inside you during this journey. Your testimony is a powerful anchor for this new reality. Subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications because your awakening has just begun. And if this message woke something up in you, the next video is your next step. Click it on your screen now, and let's go even deeper.